In Syria, again, the people were inspired by the protests in Tunisia and Egypt. It started out as a very peaceful protest, but President Bashar al-Assad crushed the protesters with force, and many, of course, then felt the need to resort to force to protect themselves. The question I have for you is, why does Brazil support the Annan peace plan when most of the terms are being violated by the Syrian regime, and it seems like it's actually giving Assad more time to eventually just crush the rebellion, which started out very peacefully?
Well, not only Brazil supports the Annan plan, the entire international community stands behind it. In fact, while there were moments where the Security Council in New York was divided, as you correctly pointed out, at this stage, we have a consensus in the United Nations in favor of the Annan plan. It's a very complex situation. You don't have an ideal solution or a solution that will automatically improve the environment and promote a full cessation of hostility. But it's the best bet for us at this point to establish an environment where a political transition can take place. And in situations such as Syria, I think the international community has to be very careful about what strategies it undertakes, because the first responsibility of the international community is not to make matters worse than they already are. If you do that, you're behaving like a doctor who prescribes medicine that creates another disease in the patient, and we don't want that to happen. We want to strengthen the forces of progress, institutional, social, economic, and at the moment, the best option is the Annan plan. Let me just make a brief moment about the Arab Spring. I was just in Tunisia, and you mentioned Tunisia. It's an example of a positive, favorable transition towards more democratic governance. I was very impressed with the leadership there. The Prime Minister, in fact, reminds me of some of the leaders that we have in Latin America, like President Mujica, my own president. He was in prison for many years. He emerged from the years of authoritarian rule in Tunisia as an open-minded leader without resentment, without bitterness. His vision of Islam is an inclusive vision that is essentially concerned with improving the livelihood of the majority of the Tunisian people. So this is a beacon of hope for the region, and we would like to see more success stories like Tunisia emerging.